নমস্কার, I am Barshan Shahako, ID 231803, Chemistry Discipline, Khulna University. Today I am here to discuss about corruption, a development problem in Bangladesh. I have selected this topic for my presentation because nowadays corruption has become one of the biggest problems in our country. So, let's get into it. Firstly, we will discuss about the introduction of corruption. Bangladesh, a nation with a rich cultural heritage, promising economic future, grapples with persistent challenges of corruption. Corruption, defined as the misuse of interest, power, or authority for personal gain, the gain of a particular group, manifests in various forms, including bribery, nepotism, patronage networks. The comprehensive report aims to explore the issues of corruption in Bangladesh, providing insights in its historical roots, forms, causes, consequences, and ongoing efforts to combat it. It also explores the anti-corruption initiatives undertaken by the government. Additionally, it examines international perspectives, cooperation on these issues. The report adopts a multidisciplinary approach to provide a comprehensive understanding of corruption in Bangladesh. Then we have got some executive summary. Corruption in Bangladesh is a deeply rooted and pervasive problem. The historical legacy of corruption started from the colonial era. Political patronage, a weak legal framework, poverty, lack of transparency, ineffective institutions are key drivers of corruption. The consequences of corruption are far-reaching, including economic lessons, social inequity, political stability, and poor service delivery. The consequences of corruption are far-reaching, including economic loss, social inequity, etc. Challenges in combating corruption, including political interference, inadequate whistleblowers, political instability, and poor service delivery. We have got some recommendations from the experts so that we can make ourselves stay safe from corruption. We can strengthen the legal framework by addressing gaps and inconsistencies in anti-corruption laws, ensure the independence of anti-corruption institutions by reducing political interference, implement comprehensive whistleblowers protection to encourage the reporting of corruption. We can promote public awareness and anti-corruption education to foster and culture the integrity. Collaborate with international partners and religion initiative to share the best practices and leverage resources in this fight against corruption. I have got the positions of Bangladesh in corruption in the rankings. Source, we have got it from the complaint of TI Corruption Perception Index. Okay, in 2015, the score of Bangladesh was 0.4 and we ranked 91 out of 91 countries. In 2016, it increased a lot and we scored 1.2 and we ranked 102 out of 102 countries. In 2017, it was 1.3 and we ranked 133. In 2018, we got 1.5 and we ranked 145 out of 145. Then in next years, in 2019, 2021 and 22 respectively, we got positions 158, 161, 173 and 171, which is not a good sign for us. We can easily say about that. Then we have got historical corruptions in Bangladesh. From historically, our leadership is not free from corruption. Corruption in Bangladesh has historical roots dating back in the colonial era when British introduced a bureaucratic system that facilitated corrupt practices. Legacy continues to influence administrative practices even after the independence. After gaining independence in 1971, Bangladesh faced political instability, military rule, and lack of good governance, which accelerated corruptions. These challenges further entrenched corruption in various institutions and society at large. These challenges for political leaders in Bangladesh have fostered a culture of patronage, promoting corrupt practices among their loyal supporters. Understanding the forms of corruption is very important in this topic. There are various types of forms of corruption, but we can say about some important ones. Bribery is one of the most common forms of corruption in Bangladesh, involving the exchange of money or goods in to influence decisions or gain preferential treatment. Embracement of embracement refers to misappropriation of funds, assets for personal gain. This form of corruption is commonly observed in government agencies, public corporations, and financial institutions. Nepotism means favoritism shown to relatives or close associates in the allocations of positions, contracts, and resources. Patronage networks involve the exchange of political support, loyalty, and economic benefits. There are various reasons of corruption in Bangladesh, but I have got a chart by which we can understand it easily. In this pie chart, we can easily say that negligence is the main problem for corruption. For negligence, we can say there is 51% covered. We have embezzlement for 21%, bribe 20%, nepotism 7%, and finally we have deception 1%. So the main reason is negligence that helps corruption to become more great in Bangladesh. There are many causes, but the main root causes of corruption in Bangladesh are political patronage, weak legal framework, poverty and survival corruption, and lack of transparency. And we have also got ineffective institutional instructions as well. Consequences of corruption are so many to discuss about, but we will tell about the main one, just like economic impacts, social injustice, poor service delivery, political instability, and impaired infrastructure. Corruption rankings. As we discussed about it, it's not good for us to say that Bangladesh is not that much great in the corruption ranking. In 2013 it was 136, 2014 it was 145, 2015 it was 139, in 2016 it was 145. In the next years 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and in the last year 2022 we got respectively 42, 148, 146, 146, 147, and 147. Okay. Then we have anti-corruption initiatives. There are many types of anti-corruption initiatives we can take. We can give the role of anti-corruption commissions by making them free from political interference. Then we have got digitalizations and e-governance, which can help us to get away from corruption. We have also got civil society and media, the watchdogs, which can help us to increase the public awareness against the corruption. We have also got international cooperations, which can help us to get away from this problem. There are many challenges in combating corruptions. The main reasons are political interference and influence. Whistleblowers protection and fear reprisals is also a reason. Legal reforms, strengthening the legal framework. And finally, culture of impunity. Case studies exemplifying corruptions in Bangladesh. There are many types of corruptions in Bangladesh. The main ones are here. Hallmark Group Scandal. A bank heist. The Hallmark Group scandal involves fraudulent activities in the banking sector, with influential figures obtaining loans under questionable circumstances. Podda Bridge corruption scandal. A stealth project. The Podda Bridge corruption scandal revolved around the allegations of embezzlement and bribery in the major infrastructure project. Basic bank loan scam. Banking sector irregularities. The Basic Bank loan scam exposed the widespread illegality and corruption in the disbursement of loans, impressing bank officials and influential borrowers. There are roles of civil society and media. The vigilant watchdogs. Civil society organizations and media outlets play a crucial role in exposing corruption scandals, conducting investigations, and raising public awareness about the detrimental effects of corruption. Challenges and threats. Civil society and media face challenges and threats including legal harassment, coercion, and violence, which hinder the ability to effectively combat corruption. Impact on rising corruption. Despite challenges, civil society and media have been successful in raising awareness about corruption issues and advocating the transparency and Accountability. International perspective and cooperation. Role of international organizations. International organizations like United Nations and World Bank have actively supported anti-corruption initiatives in Bangladesh, providing expertise, funding, and technical assistance. Then bilateral relationships. Bilateral relations with countries that prioritize anti-corruption efforts have resulted in cooperation agreements and assistance in combating corruption in Bangladesh. Foreign investment and its impact. The perception of corruption can impact foreign investment decisions, affecting Bangladesh economic prospects. Addressing corruption is crucial for attracting foreign investments. Combating corruption. Recommendations and strategies. There are so many to discuss about, but we are going to discuss about the main ones. Strengthening anti-corruption agencies. Legal and judicial reforms. Promoting whistleblowers' protections. Enhancing transparency and accountability. And finally, political will and leadership. Lessons from the success stories. So far we have discussed about the problems and its effect. Now we will tell the success stories of Bangladesh in this regard. International examples of corruption reduction. Examining successful anti-corruption efforts in other countries can offer valuable insights and strategies for Bangladesh's own anti-corruption initiatives. Regional comparison and strategies. Comparing Bangladesh anti-corruption efforts in those of neighboring countries can provide a regional perspective and identity area for improvement. Sustainability. The path towards corruption-free Bangladesh. The path toward a corruption-free Bangladesh requires sustained efforts, reforms, and a commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance. Measure progress. Key performance indicators. Developing and monitoring key performance indicators can help track progress in the fight against corruption and ensure accountability in anti-corruption initiatives. The role of education and awareness. Promoting anti-corruption education and awareness from an early age can help build a culture of integrity and ethics in society. Finally, we are in the conclusion. In the conclusion, we will discuss about the whole problem and the initiatives as well. Corruption in Bangladesh is a deeply entrenched and multi-faced problem. It poses significant challenges to the nation's development, sustainability, and reputation. This essay has provided a comprehensive analysis of the issue from its historical roots and various forms, its cases, consequences, anti-corruption efforts, challenges, and case studies. As we conclude, it is essential to reflect the gravity of the situation and consider the way forward to fight against corruption. Bangladesh's struggle with corruption can be traced back to its colonial past, when a bureaucratic system introduced by the British laid the groundwork for corrupt practices. Since gaining independence in 1971, the country has faced political instability, military rule, and governance challenges, all of which have further influenced the corruption in its institutions and society. Corruption in Bangladesh takes various forms, including bribery, embezzlement, nepotism, cronyism, and patronage networks. That's what, sir, I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much to give your time to me.